Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ Riesinger. Janelle's off tonight. The Thanksgiving holiday is underway with millions of people across the country taking to the roads or the skies. This is a live look outside from the Q2 iCam. We're starting the holidays off with some cold weather and watching a system that could bring some significant snow before it's over. We want to get right to Rob Griggs for a first look at the weather tonight. Rob, hard to be thankful for what you've got in your forecast here.
Yeah, I tell you what, the map right now tells the whole story. Let's just get right to it, get this party started. We've got watches and warnings all across the state. And let's go up to the northwest for a little bit. A civil emergency in Pend Oreille County. Emergency travel only due to snow. Meanwhile, a blizzard warning still in effect through 5 a.m. Thursday for the Rocky Mountain Front Range. A winter storm warning for north central Montana through 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Jumping to the southwest, winter weather advisories through 11 p.m. Thursday. You can see there's snow expected with all of this. A winter weather advisory for central Montana Thursday midnight through Saturday noon. As we look up toward the northeast, we've got a winter storm watch through Thursday 11 p.m. so you can have an idea of where you're traveling and what to expect. A winter storm watch shifting to the east Wednesday night through Saturday morning. And then for our area, most importantly, a winter storm warning Friday morning through Saturday midnight. 8 to 11 inches of snow locally. We could see more in the mountains, and there's even the potential for some freezing rain before the snow starts to fall. Oh, goody. We'll give you all the gory details with the complete forecast in just a bit. Russ?
All right. Thank you, Rob. Well, here in Billings, flights don't seem to be too backed up. As of news time, only flights to hubs already getting severe weather have been affected. And if you're wondering about the status of your flight, you can check out the Billings Airport website. Well, however, a different story in Bozeman, where the airport expects a nearly 10% uptick in passengers. Already, at least 9 flights have been delayed, many of them from the Denver and Minneapolis areas, but all of them feeling this cross-country cold snap. The airport is expecting more than 2,000 people to come through its doors each day, and with every delay, space will be a luxury. Well, over in the Flathead, high winds ripped through the area. By this morning, trees were down. Homes and businesses without power, and large waves crashed across Flathead Lake. Crews have been battling the elements to get power back online, but the exact timetable is still unknown. Well, a Billings man is facing 6 felony charges tonight after an incident that took place near a school in Lockwood yesterday morning. Prosecutors say 18-year-old Ryan Michael Wallace was driving recklessly at speeds up to 70 miles per hour and then pointed a gun at a man who tried to stop him. Man told deputies that he was dropping off his kids at school and threw something at Wallace's speeding vehicle. The man says Wallace then drove right at him before swerving away, then pointed his gun at him and another woman before again taking off. Now, according to court documents, Wallace took off from deputies when they went to his residence on Lake Elmo Road and nearly crashed. He was later arrested following a traffic stop. If convicted on the most serious charge, Wallace now faces up to 20 years in prison. He also faces up to $300,000 in fines. Billings police are trying to find who broke into Talos Fitness off of 24th Street early Sunday morning. Security camera footage captured the individual responsible, and members offered to clean up the mess. Here's some video of that. There were several small items taken from the front desk area, as well as damage to one of the front doors, causing the entire pane of glass to need to be replaced.
It wasn't a big crime per se with how much was taken, but the Billings Police Department has been really good in following up on leads, and the community has been super supportive, sharing the video. I think it has close to 30,000 views, a lot of shares on social media, and we've had a lot of people calling the gym and connecting with my husband personally to try to figure out who it is and just suggesting who it could have been and saying they know who it is, and the police department has been very receptive in following up on that.
And if you have any idea who the individual you just saw is in that video, you're asked to call the Billings Police Department. Well, local charitable organizations in Billings will make sure that those in need get a full plate this holiday season, including the Billings Food Bank, which serves hundreds of people a holiday spread each year. The food bank is offering its free Thanksgiving feast tomorrow from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. They're also making deliveries on Thanksgiving Day. If you're interested in meal delivery, you can call the food bank at 406-259-2856. And here's a look at some of the other Thanksgiving dinners around Billings tomorrow. The Montana Rescue Mission is hosting its free dinner tomorrow at its Minnesota Avenue location from 1 until 3 p.m. Yellowstone County Methodist will also host a free dinner at Billings Evangelical United Methodist Church. That runs from 1:30 till 4:30 in the afternoon. And for veterans, VFW Post 6774 will serve a home-cooked meal. That'll be from 1 until 4 in the afternoon. And for a more complete list of Thanksgiving dinners, including gatherings in Laurel, Joliet, and northern Wyoming, you can find this story on our homepage, ktvq.com. Well, turkey trotters will take to the streets of downtown Billings tomorrow for the 9th annual Run Turkey Run 5K and Street Walk. That annual event benefits local food pantries with the goal to outrun hunger in Billings, and there is still time for you to sign up. Registration closes at 8 tomorrow morning. The 5K starts at 9, and it starts from the new Wise Wonders Children Museum there on 2nd Avenue North. Over the past 8 years, Run Turkey Run has been able to donate some $225,000 to charities in the Billings community. And as we celebrate Thanksgiving this week, the American Farm Bureau Federation is releasing its annual survey of classic items found on Thanksgiving Day dinner tables and what they cost versus a year ago. In our Montana Ag Network feature, Russell Nemitz shares what shoppers can expect to shell out this year to feed a feast of 10.
The American Farm Bureau Federation's 34th annual survey shows that the average cost of this year's Thanksgiving dinner essentially unchanged from last year at $48.91. Farm Bureau's chief economist, Dr. John Newton, says that's less than $5 a person.
90% of Americans celebrate Thanksgiving with a special meal. And good news for you, our survey shows this year's holiday dinner won't break the bank. The traditional meal for 10 will cost you $48.91. That's less than $5 per person and only 1 cent more than last year.
More than 250 shoppers checked prices at grocery stores in 38 states for this year's survey, including Montana. And Newton says a lot of Americans don't realize that only 8 cents out of every dollar consumers spend on food actually goes to farmers.
Americans enjoy some of the most affordable food in the world. Not many people realize that farmers only receive 8 cents of every dollar that consumers spend on food. Ask any Farm Bureau member, though, and they'll tell you. Farming is a labor of love.
Now, the good news is that survey results continue to indicate that Americans still have faith in those who grow their food, with 88% saying they trust farmers and ranchers. So during this season of thanks, we really do have a lot to be thankful for, both as food producers and consumers. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. In Billings, Russell Nemitz, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Russell. And Russell says despite the growing popularity of prepared foods, the vast majority of Americans, some 92%, celebrate Thanksgiving at home or at a family member's home, and most cook their entire meal at home. There's more news from across our state tonight. It's time to spread a little holiday cheer. Elementary students get out some positive messages this holiday season. Join me for the MTN statewide news at 9 on the CW. But first, still to come on tonight's 5:30 news, sometimes the only thing you get out of the holidays is a plate full of stress. We're going to check out some ways to combat that. And later in sports, Rockies soccer women made history over the weekend and have plans on more. We're going to